Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another edition of HCW Show Squared, the show with the usual format or formula of now defunct HCW Show, and it's balanced the power of, you guessed it, two. I'm your host, as always, Dan, DP, or we all say around the hood nowadays, DPZ, yeah. And I am joined, of course, by apparently the alternating guest nowadays. 2 weeks ago it was this guy, the last week it was Frozzy, this week is this guy again. I am joined by, of course, the one and only Mr. Impact Craig. But if you go to his social media or his YouTube channel, you could say the better name for it would be No Impact Craig. Do with that what you will. Craig, how you doing?
Oh dear, yes. You know me, it's that M-I-C, Craig aka Mr. Impact, who's done very, very little Impact content. But keep an eye out for Against All Odds. I've got, it's a self-motivation thing I have, where like, I'm not answering to anyone, so I just need to do it for myself. I can do it on my own time. It's a very, very toxic trait that I have. But, yeah. We are, because obviously a lot has happened with TNA and NXT over the last couple of weeks, and yeah, I feel like I should have done a bit more.
like between you and me, like we cover both NXT and TNA. Like,
Yeah, I think I think whoever runs TNA now, I don't know who runs TNA now, and you got Triple H and Shawn Michaels and that. I reckon they must have watched the show and think, well, they watched both. Let's work together.
Yeah. That's the sole reason why they came to this agreement.
Yeah, yeah. Not the fact that Jordan Grace is one of the best wrestlers and best women's champions in the world right now. It's because of this show.
Yeah,
We made this happen.
exactly. Absolutely, all us and Frozzy, of course.
Who,
But yeah,
who would have
it's
thought?
just. Mm.
Like who would have thought of TNA and NXT working together? Like this HCW, Mr. Impact Craig, they brought this all together. Like so, you can thank us.
Yeah, honor Craig wrestling. There you go. MIHCW.
You see, it all fits.
But no, it's a shame that you weren't on last week because obviously we had the reveal of Roxanne's opponent being Jordan Grace. We had the not off air, like ending the show reveal with Ethan Page. Like, I can imagine I imagine you were quite hyped for that.
Yeah. Like I didn't watch NXT on the Tuesday, Wednesday. I watched Thursday.
Yeah.
And I saw the clip of Jordan Grace, and like I hadn't woken up probably yet, but obviously the first thing you do when you wake up is you grab your phone. I went on Twitter and like, what on earth is happening?
Yeah.
Like it was like I think it was like 6 a.m. so I still had to be quiet, but I wanted to go get it. But I had to keep it low. But my goodness, what a moment! I know. Oh, oh, oh! Get that off me.
For those
Yeah, no.
who aren't aware, Craig here is a Man U fan, and Aguero was very famously a Man City player, which is the arch rivals of Manchester United.
And also, that was one of the worst times I've ever had as a football fan. That's the worst day I've ever had as a football fan. So, get it off me.
Right, let's get into NXT. I don't know if I forgot anything. Oh, this is episode 43. I don't know if I said that. So this is episode 43. We're getting closer and closer to the actual year mark, which will be episode 52. which will be 52 weeks of show squared, which is absolutely ridiculous. Technically, it'll be 54 weeks. I did take a 2-week break at the Christmas period. But other than that, it's been, week in, week out of doing NXT coverage, and in 9 weeks' time, it will hit a year of doing NXT coverage. So that's always fun. This was the show for NXT on the 4th of June. So that was this past Tuesday, just passed. The episode kicks off in the parking lot with Ava. She's with Mr. Stone and the security as they await the arrival of newest free agent, Ethan Page. So he attacks the world champion last show, and he gets a limo ride essentially, and security escort at the next show. That makes sense.
All ego.
All ego. Anybody gonna get with me and my ego? Bow down to me and my amigos. But no, so yeah, off the unexciting, unoriginal, and frankly boring appearance of Sexy Red last week, surely this week can only improve that. But saying that, it's a go-home show, so, swings and roundabouts. We kick things off with a match. We have the TNA Knockouts champion, Jordan Grace, taking on Stevie Turner in a non-title match. Craig, I'll let you lead.
I mean, the NXT TNA thing was very, very cool in the back of Jordan's gear. And to hear Mike Rome say the words TNA Knockouts champion on a WWE program is wild. It is unbelievably wild to hear that. Mm-hmm. And I think it was David Penzo posted on social media saying that, excluding anyone named Scott, Jordan Grace has done the most for the TNA brand. And couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Also, it's just a little thing, but as an avid TNA watcher, I've noticed that NXT WWE even Jordan Grace on NXT TV isn't referring to it as the Knockouts World Championship. Don't know what that is. It just a little thing that back in my mind, that and I need that itch scratched, but I can't. It's one of them things.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wasn't familiar with Stevie Turner, but obviously, it felt like Jordan just knocked the crap out of her. But she did get some good offers in, and she did have a good showing for. Well, yeah, it was a fairly short match, but it was. I mean, Roxanne coming out again, very nice touch. And I just the way it still feels weird to me that the NXT crowd are chanting TNA. That is unbelievable. That is a TNA chant in NXT. I mean, you've heard it in WWE before. I believe it was the Men's Royal Rumble from 3 years ago, where the TNA chant because Bobby Roode and AJ Styles face to face.
Yeah.
So that got a TNA chant. It's just a very, very cool moment, and I'm really hyped for this match. PPU in general, or the PLE in general.
Oh yeah. If we went Stevie and Jordan for a minute.
That match was good, but it was just to show NXT what Jordan Grace can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And that's the whole point of it.
Mm-hmm. For those who aren't aware, Stevie Turner is a wrestler, obviously. She wrestles on NXT Level Up, mainly. That's her main home, which is the 1 hour additional show to NXT. She's from the UK, so big up her. And her gimmick is mainly she's like an online influencer / hacker sort of thing. Not a hacker per se, but she's more like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna be on NXT Level Up next week." It's like that sort of
Streamer.
thing. Yeah, plastic streamer, e-girl, whatever they call it. Just saying.
It makes sense with this.
I'm not saying she's an e-girl. That's something else entirely.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, okay. I mean, I know I've seen it before, but yeah, but that's a very good gimmick to have in this era.
Yeah, absolutely. In the modern day era
Like,
where everything is like more or less dictated by technology. So
yeah, I mean, we're literally doing this online.
exactly, yeah.
It's very, yeah, it's a good one to have.
Yeah, very different if you were down in London and we had a studio booked or something, doing it in person. Yeah, or if I was up in your area, like I mean, some sort of studio book there and doing it in person, like.
Or to have a studio, that'd be incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal one day for sure. But yeah.
So just have a whole studio dedicated to that podcasting and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you said, Roxanne Perez was here. She was on commentary for a little bit. Wasn't a long match, so she didn't get much in terms of comments in. I rated it 1.25 stars myself. It wasn't a squash, but it also wasn't really a show. It was a showcase, but it wasn't really a showcase because it was just too short to be a showcase. And also Stevie did get her licks in, so again Jordan didn't get a chance to even really like dominate, which is an interesting call because Stevie's not on the same level as the main NXT women, so it's interesting that NXT gave her that chance to get that offense in, and that Jordan allowed to happen as well. But it's quite nice as well seeing Stevie on the main NXT roster being given this chance with TNA star. You know, like this is an interpromotional exhibition essentially, and you know Stevie was the one who was handpicked to do it. Well, she sort of demanded it, but she was allowed to do it basically, Stevie, which is, you know, it's good for her. It'll do good for her career as well.
Yeah. I mean, how many people get to say that they faced a current TNA champion on a WWE show?
Exactly. Like right now, it's just Stevie Turner.
Yeah. She's the very first to face someone from another company on an NXT show.
Yeah.
It's like this is what wrestling should be.
Absolutely.
Go everywhere. Everyone go everywhere. Don't put pettiness aside. Everyone just go everywhere.
Exactly. You heard us, Tony Khan. Forbidden Door, AW, WWE,
No.
TNA.
Yeah, Tony Khan can have the Forbidden Door. This is the prohibited portal.
Okay. Yeah.
Jordan Gray's trademark. Jordan Gray's trademark. Very clear. That's a Jordan Gray's trademark. Yeah, that's
you heard it.
That's what it is now.
Triple H. WWE, TNA, NWA, and MLW.
I mean, we can leave them out of it, but yeah.
Make it a big ensemble, like Avengers Assemble. It's like all the TNA and their partners against WWE, which is like the major corporation.
Well, TNA do the multiverse.
There you go.
Multiverse United.
United, yeah. But yeah, they're signed to it there. What we're doing is we're just manifesting things into the ether for WWE, TNA, whoever else indie wise.
Well, I mean, and against all odds, next week you have got Jordan Grace to issue an open challenge, and we might have seen a sort of hint tonight at NXT of who might accept it.
Yeah, I think I know what you're referring to, and I've got notes on that.
Yeah.
Post match, Roxanne tries to start something and tries to attack Jordan, but finds herself almost on the receiving end of Jordan's attack herself. and they just it's a generic sort of I'll try and attack and then it doesn't work out. I'm going to retreat now. So yeah, that is what we're getting at NXT Battleground. Jordan Grace and Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship. We'll get into the preview later. We'll talk more about that, but that is the match as it stands.
Wild.
We go to the parking lot. Trick Williams is looking for Ethan Page when he runs into Lash Legend, who suggests that he's probably with Ava doing the contract thing because that's what they were doing. Then they break up, or whatever they have going. Lash says it's over. Okay, because she wants to focus on her NXT Women's North American title ladder match. Backstage in a pre-film segment, Sean Spears is trying to recruit Javon Evans, who is seen in the picture I posted here, posing for the new NXT album cover of Rookies to Mains, along with various NXT stars, including Uriah Connors. I don't know if you saw it. It was very much like Javon's there. He's surrounded by Uriah Connors and three others that I didn't recognise. But they're all just sort of chilling out at a ring. I don't know why they're... there's like two on the apron, one's in the ring. It's very weird the way they're all standing.
They're getting shot.
Yeah, but in kayfabe, what's the reasoning for why they're there like
that? You can't bring logic into wrestling. It doesn't work.
Anyway, in comes Josh Briggs, who questions Sean Spears. Before any tempers build, Javon steps in to stop Briggs from acting on his temper. We go back in ring, and it's time for the NXT Women's North American Title Ladder Match Conference, or whatever it's called. Basically, all 6 competitors are here, and they talk for a bit. Mishin talks about her experiences in other matches and being the HBIC, which is the head bitch in charge, etc. Jada Parker cuts her off, claiming it's Jada Parker's time and that it ain't no black and gold, which is a pretty good song by Sam Sparrow. Fallon Henley cuts off Jada, claiming it's her kind of match. She ain't got to worry about anyone else, just herself, no tag partners, she don't care. In comes Kalani Jordan in a promo where she says more than she's ever said before in NXT, insists on calling herself Lani, or Lani, whatever. She says, like, no one wants it more than Lani. Who deserves it more? Lani. I think Lani wants more. And like, firstly, your name's Kalani, and like, it felt very forced. Like, call me Lani. Like, you know how like Trick has the Trick Willie sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like whoop that chick and whatever. Like, it felt very forced. Like, fans chant Lani. Hey fans, say Lani.
Yeah.
Lash Legend.
I just heard like.
Say a second.
I know she kept going like Lani. Everyone wants to be like Lani,
Yeah.
and I just, in the back of my mind, a film from I don't know, like maybe like 20 odd years ago, like Mike. I just keep picturing that film.
Klein Jordan will become the new Michael Jordan in wrestling.
Every time.
Soul River comes in now with a chance to speak and claims that 5 souls will be snatched on Sunday. Lash does an ear piston screech for no reason and says that she'll win. And then Jada claims that Lash has been too busy with Chip Willie, and then that causes a brawl. Sweet.
I wonder what's gonna happen next.
No idea what happens next, because I didn't write it down, but I remember what happened because I watched it very recently. As they're breaking it all up, Mr. Stone comes out, and he's like, You six, you don't want to wait until Battleground. Well, you know what we're gonna do is in the Battleground, we're gonna do a 6-woman tag.
insane booking decision right there.
Holla holla.
Like, how do they come up with these creative booking decisions? You got 6 people having a scrap. What on earth do you do next?
Clearly,
It's mind blowing.
you do a
It's just next level
one-on-one with
booking.
4 lumberjacks. Obviously.
It just the booking level is insane there.
Honestly, amazing stuff. Backstage in a pre-film segment, Charlie Dempsey is talking to the mirror and he's channeling his inner Robert De Niro. he's like, "You talking to me? You talking to me? Are you talking to me?" Is that... It's very weird. Miles, Miles and Damon turn up as well, and they cut a weird promo, like while looking in the mirror at each other, and Damon actually references this as well. He's like, "Hey, why are we talking to each other in the mirror?" And then they do the whole capiche thing again. Last week, and it was like, Charlie's like, "Capiche," and then Miles like, just say it, man. And Damon's like, "I don't want to say it," and then Miles like, just say it, just get over it, just say it. And then Damon just says, "Capiche."
I genuinely love that. It's so silly and it's perfect.
Yeah, it really is good.
It's like, you talking to me?
You talking to me?
Like,
backstage, Duke Hudson and Riley Osborne tell Thea Hale that they won't be at ringside for her match because of Ridge Holland's involvement with HCW, which I think is fair enough, personally. Then we move on to the match of the night, which was Thea Hale and Jasmine Nix. Jasmine wins with the Pele kick. So it seems we found the move that Jasmine intends to use as a finisher. Which is, honestly, she hits it quite well. Like, it's decent. Again, 1.25 stars I rated this. It was just a little too short. Jasmine's a little rough around the edges still. And that is to be expected because she's not had many matches on screen. I think she's not even had... I think that was her debut match, actually, on TV. I think.
Yeah.
Thea's good in the match as she usually is, and it was good to see Ridge not get involved like he would normally. Duke and Riley did come out during the match as well, towards like the later half of it, and that was about it really. Not much came of it other than just wins her debut match.
Yeah.
We go backstage. So go on.
I was just saying it was I like Jasmine Nix. I think there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
And especially if she keeps up this mean girl character, it's just great.
Yeah, like I said, I've said it before, like reforming Toxic Attraction 2.0 sort of thing. You could have JC in there still, we have Jasmine in there, and then find a third. But
maybe Izzy Dame.
I think Izzy Dame, yeah, because she's lost Kiana now, so she sort of got that with her. So we go backstage. Ava and Mr. Stone are looking over the contract that may or may not have been signed by Ethan Page. They really oversell it. Like, look at these demands he wants. It's like, it's unbelievable. So clearly, Ethan asked his contract to bring back Karate Man.
That just brought back a whole lot of man. Yeah. What? See, now I remember that match from, like, I think it was Hard to Kill. Oh my goodness. Ethan Page was Karate Man. Oh.
Great match.
Yeah.
Move on though to some kind of pre-filmed fan event thing. Nathan Frazier and Axiom are selling merch, signing autographs, taking pictures. When they're attacked unprovoked by the OC. Luke Gallows and Kyle Anderson in a non-provoked attack. Really random. Endangering fans. Like, it's ridiculous stuff. But, in fantastic news, such as afterwards, the OC have been barred from the arena, so they won't be on tonight's show. Fantastic. Backstage, it's revealed that Josh Briggs was meant to have a match, but he can't make it to the show because he got to the ring because he got attacked backstage by Shawn Spears. Javon Evans makes a save for Briggs and takes the fight to Spears. They fight on the outside of the ring. Javon hits a nasty suicide dive on Spears, which is Spears ribs first into the announce table. Spears fights back by pushing Javon into the steel steps. We get a back body drop on the announce table, which still hasn't broken, so it's reinforced. And then Javon hits Spears with a springboard cutter with some immense height and float. You'll see on the video I posted here how it looked, but it was really very good cutter.
Yeah. That boy bouncy. But honestly, one of my first thoughts were when he jumped over the top rope onto the announce table. But why does he keep going to the announce table? Because last week he banged his head on the announce table. This week he's banged his ribs on the announce table.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you can jump fair, but either stop jumping towards the announce table or get your bounce under control a little bit, because you're gonna really hurt yourself. That's not soft landing, is it? Either jump the other side. There's plenty of space to fly.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the announce table, twice he's banged his head and banged his ribs. You're gonna hurt yourself, bruh.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what that is, I think that's also I smell pre-show match at the PLE.
Yeah. my exact. Yeah. This is a kickoff match.
Yeah, absolutely. In an interview, Tony D'Angelo is ready to defend his Heritage Cup Trophy Championship against Damon. Cool. We move on to the NXT Heritage Cup Trophy Championship match between Damon Kemp, the challenger, who's here with the NQCC, against Tony D'Angelo, who's here with the family. He's, of course, the current champion. Round 1 is won by Tony with the forget about it Fisherman Suplex. Round 2 is entirely a fucking ad break. The whole round is an ad break.
Yeah. What are we doing? Honestly, what is happening here?
I could tell you it was an ad break.
Ad break. Oh.
I can tell you about Geico Insurance and and Subway.
Is insane.
So yeah, from what I could tell, it ended with Damon getting some momentum back in the match, and it ended with a brawl pulled apart. Round 3 had no winner, but Damon does almost get a free count after hitting a roll into Faye driver. Round 4 ends pretty much as soon as it starts with a spine buster that gives Tony a free count over Damon to win 2-0. I rated it 2.25 stars. It was probably one of the weakest Heritage Cup matches I've seen in the history of the trophy. It wasn't bad. It also wasn't interesting in any way because I don't particularly enjoy the work with Damon Kemp. He's alright. He's not the worst at the NQCC, but Charlie Dempsey is the standout of that group. And it's just, I don't know, this match didn't really do it for me. And I love the Heritage Cup matches. I always have, through A-Kid and Tyler Bate, all the way up to nowadays with Tony D'Angelo. I didn't have hope particularly in D'Angelo doing it, but he sort of proved on with the first defense he did, and then this one here is a little. So what do you
Yeah,
think?
that's fair. Like, it was good. Like, it was. It's the ending. I, it got me. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's, but yeah, nothing really to write home about. But still a good defense. Winning 2-0. Can't be bad.
No, Daniel Kim gets the fucking back of the line. Like you lost. You didn't get a people win over for one round. Like
Well, technically, shouldn't that mean that all the NQCC gets back to the line because they defended it as a 3? That mean all of them go back.
but if they defend as a free, does that mean that they also challenge as a free?
That's it, isn't it? I think it should be.
You know what they say? You can't apply logic to wrestling. So.
Uh,
In the interview, Ava is here, and she still has some details or wrinkles to look over the Ethan Page's contract. But in comes Rick Williams, who just tells her to sign the damn thing, that Ethan have what he wants because he wants to get his hands on Ethan. Ava reveals that Ethan wants to do it publicly, do the whole thing in the ring rather than in her office, and just like, "Oh, I'll be there." We go backstage. This is Jordan Grace's bit, so I'll let you take over.
yeah. So, I mean, Jordan is just stopped walking, but then must have gone action and then walked through the backstage, bumps into Mia Yim. They hug it out, which I like that. I like that nice interaction. Like me, me Chin. I. You look at it, call her Jade.
Yeah.
But yeah, bumped into Me Chen, and yeah, I like that interaction because because they do know each other. They've fought each other many times. Yeah, and also had absolute bangers. By the way,
Yeah.
if you haven't you need to see those matches. Incredible. Then
Yeah.
Jada Parker who popped up. Yeah, Jordan takes a step back because Mia and Jada are having a little. Oh no, it's Ruka first. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So Ruka is a fan of Jordan, and then Jada Parker pops up, and then that's the whole thing. Mia, meet him. I will call her Jade. I swear, I will call her Jade. Um, meet him says, "Oh, I'm gonna get ready," and then Jordan carries on walking, and then bumps into Aaron. Aaron and Grace pops up, and like, yes, this is what I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I. It, my only thing is, I wish they'd have referenced that Jordan works for her dad.
Yeah.
Like just that little thing, just to please the mark in me. Like just that one little thing. They have really, yeah, it's just another great interaction uh, of, and then Tatum Paxley.
Yeah.
Then Taysom Paxley. Uh, you know, Jordan saying that how the Knockouts title is the most important thing to her, and then it's Tatum and Ariana say it should be. Jordan walks off, and it's just on Tatum, and said, "Me too. It's important to me too."
Yeah.
And like, of course, that sent me included everyone on social media like. So Jordan had an open challenge, and Tatum Paxley said this title is important to her, and that portal is now wide open. My first thought was it. I think it might be the winner of the women's ladder match. I thought maybe the winner of that ladder match might pop up and challenge Jordan Grace in TNA.
Yeah.
But if it's Paxley, I'm absolutely fine with it.
Yeah, that's valid. I mean, honestly,
I,
like it could be anyone. Like, I think as well. Like, I think directly having the camera on Tatum, like during that bit, is also a bit like, hey, look at this, guys. Look at that.
yeah.
And I don't think it'll be Tatum personally. I think Tatum might interfere in that match at Impact. TNA, so not Impact. And I don't know. I don't know who it will be, but I think it's a bit obvious if you do Tatum. Like, good match still, but I think it's a bit obvious if you do Tatum because of FL and NXT. Because I think the fans who watch TNA, the fans who attend TNA shows, are also watching NXT. I think there's quite a crossover there.
I mean, Jordan Grace, when I was like, Impact posted the graphic for Jordan's Open Challenge, and in the comments it was a lot of Tatum Paxley, like a lot. A few ones in Natalia, a few like couple of people saying Kylie Ray, but it was mainly Tatum Paxley, and so I'm not mad at sorry, Kylie Ray. Oh, his names, bruv. Yeah, like see, my thing, obviously, trying not to go on too much TNA tangent here, but it is related. I think it will be Tatum Paxley against all odds.
Okay.
And then after against all odds, after Jordan wins, we'll get a message on the screen. We'll get a video on the screen, and it'll be Natalia to challenge for the challenge at Slammiversary, because it makes so much sense. It's in Montreal, like yeah, it's in Canada. Like, why the hell not? The door's open. It's in Canada. Why the hell?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm liking this a lot, and it's this whole like, because you have Drew McIntyre saying that like basically challenging Moose.
Yeah.
You've got Moose challenging Drew McIntyre. You've got the Rascals wanting to reunite. You've got Gigi Dolan teasing TNA. You've got
where's she?
So many people.
Where is Georgina?
Yeah. I might have missed it. That's this segment. I might have missed it, but this is so cool. You got Josh Briggs posting the video, and behind him on the screen is Joe Hendry's music, of Joe Hendry's music video. Like, come on! And he teased in an interview that he's going to make an impact. Let's do it. I'm really excited. And for everyone saying that, Jordan Grayson is going to leave TNA and go WWE, or that WWE are going to buy TNA. Bruv. I'll say it again. TNA has survived the Jarretts, Dixie Carter, Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, and Billy Corgan, and nearly going out of business like 10 times. Like, they've outlasted ECW and WCW. They're the third longest running episodic TV show in history. 20 years of impact.
To be fair, didn't they start after ECW and WCW went down?
Yes, in 2002.
So they would have by default outlasted them. Because
they
were around after they went down anyway.
Been around longer than they were.
Yeah.
If we're being pedantic here.
We are being pedantic.
Yeah. And again, Anthem aren't doing the best job right now. They're just not. France got them all as a big fuck up.
Yeah.
But yeah, but the fact they're still working with WWE. TNA work with everyone. That's the whole thing. There's not a single company they haven't worked with, or that's the current company I haven't worked with, like on TV regular.
Yeah.
They work with everyone. They've worked with Dragon Gate, New Japan. They've worked with Wrestle One. They've worked with Noah. They've worked with AEW, New Japan, AAA. They've worked with, I believe, CML at one point. They've worked with AEW, WWE, MLW, like NWA, and no one thought they'll ever work with the NWA, but they have. Like, come on, give them benefit of the doubt. But yeah, anyway, rant over.
Yeah, no, I think it's always something as well with the TNA fan base as well. It's just I think they've gone through so much shit, like over the years. Like, if you're a TNA fan, you just want it to do well. You want it to live, to succeed, and if you're a wrestling fan in general, you want TNA to succeed because at the end of the day, TNA is now a wrestling company with different wrestlers who you won't see elsewhere, or some you'll see elsewhere, but like not like on a regular basis you'll see like on TNA. Like they've even like TNA have even started like bringing in British imports into their ranks.
Yeah.
Like you've got like Leon Slater, he's over there in TNA. Like you've got Day Luna over there on a regular basis. Like, she's Welsh. Like
They announced from Camden.
Hmm?
She's announced from Camden.
Is she from Camden? I have no idea. Actually, because she's in subculture.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like,
Sorry,
Camden,
no,
like,
you're right. Sorry, I'm just assuming based off.
Yeah, I was exactly the same. Like, hang on, she's from Wales.
No, I think you're right. She's not Welsh. I don't think. No, because Webster's not from Wales either. It's just Andrews who is.
Yeah, it was just assume they're from Wales, but they sound from South Wales. Though they don't help themselves. Like, and that's from South Wales. Like, you know,
Camden in South Wales.
Oh, like, they've got Zaya Brookside. They've got Seven.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
Like,
Top dollar.
From the last part, I believe they're still interested in Emerson Jane. Tina are interested in Emerson Jane.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know Joe Hendry is a big fan. Because it was Joe Hendry who booked the first place.
Like, why not bring in like the Medusa complex, like Millie and Charlie?
That would be. The Knockouts division needs. Knockouts tag division needs them. Like, it needs something. Yeah.
Man like Doris could be
But it's just cool
to that as well.
I think that might happen one day. I think that genuinely will happen one day.
It probably is. He's doing American stuff now anyway, Doris. So.
Yeah. Like, at one point, I think Leon will need a tag team partner. Like, you know, he's feuding with two people, and he needs a tag team partner.
Yeah.
Yep, you got the ideal one there.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, let's get back to the NXT review. We move on to the next match of the night, which was So Izzy Dame taking on the boat, Natalya. So Natalya does the Bret Hart thing and gives someone her glasses. In this case, it was Booker T. And Booker T does a little jive with the glasses on commentary. He's like, "Oh yeah."
Oh dang!
He's an absolute shambles of a man, but amusing as fuck.
Like, often I try and tune him out, but yeah, there's little moments that break through. It's like, yeah, that's quite good.
Yeah. But yeah, the match itself, Natalya wins following a series of roll-ups, back and forth, basically. So, one pin, winning pin. I rated it 1 3/4 stars. Natalya continues to prove that she is the best and can make the best of a not-so-good situation. As another 3 to 4 minute match occurs here. Not sure what the reasoning was for this match. I might have missed it, but the match itself was okay. It was just limited by time.
Yeah, I think the match was supposed to be Izzy Dame versus Carmen Petrovic, but apparently she got injured on a live event and Natalya took her place. I think that's what.
Yeah, but even
I think that's what it was.
Is there a story between Carmen Petrovic and Izzy Dame?
Yeah, that's sort of bit of I know.
Not everything needs to have a story.
But
Just throw it out there. Not everything needs a story. It's just sometimes the match that just seems kind of pointless to put on there, and then that's one of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was interesting.
So we move on now
Like,
to what was meant to be a match. So Tyson Dupont and Tyreek Egway are here. They do their entrance, and then after an hour break, it's revealed that they were attacked and taken out by Gallus. And then cue the Gallus promo. Joe Coffey talks about why Sexy Red was allowed to be at ringside, whereas Gallus weren't, and then he shakes his ass. I'm not joking.
that happened.
Yeah. To explain the point just there, he talks about how others get opportunities that Gallus feel that they deserve, and says that maybe if they weren't, real men or grown up men, that they get shots that they deserve. So basically, like if they did different sports, if they shook their ass for a living, like calling out other specific wrestlers who have done that in the past and gotten the WWE spotlight, so to speak. Gallus called the tag division little boys. In comes Overheavy, who calls Gallus dangerous but insists that he'll still walk out as champion. And then here comes Wes Lee in the crowd. Wes also gets himself involved in the promo, but Gallus attacks over as he's talking. And then Wes tries to make the save, but ultimately the numbers game is too much for them, and Gallus stand tall, taking out both Overheavy and Wes Lee.
Why is Wes getting involved again? What? Like, you've got a match coming up, and you've got to get in the ring with 3 people who want to batter you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get involved.
As a wise man once said, don't try and apply logic to wrestling.
He made a good point today. But I just where's
Desmond.
Maybe like this this portal is wide open. What if Wes needs 2 people to back him up?
Like Myron Reed.
Do you think it would be Myron?
No, I mean I don't know how well. I don't know how well they are NXT with Zachary Wentz.
That was my thinking as well. Well, could it happen? Like, would it be allowed to happen? And also, Trey turned down NXT.
Yeah. So
I probably wouldn't. But, like, it's just like my wanting brain.
your impact brain is sort of tingling.
Yeah, yeah, but it's just good. It just opens up so many possibilities. Like, but it obviously, yeah, it just you forget that these people have had their issues with WWE and the people around it. Like, so maybe probably wouldn't happen, but
Yeah.
it might happen the other way. But,
yeah, absolutely. I could definitely see Wes Lee going to TNA rather than the other three. The other 3 going to NXT for whatever reason. In an interview though, following on from that, Lexus King's here, and he doesn't want to focus on the result from last week with Dante Chen. He wants to focus on instead the fact that he took out Dante last week by rolling up the ring mat on the outside and proceeding to hit the coronation on Dante Chen onto the rolled up mat as opposed to the actual exposed floor. So, good job, Lexus.
yeah.
I mean, safety's great, but but as he's talking, in comes Dante and he attacks Lexus and they just fight backstage. I did write here. I smell pre-show match at the PLE. But no, they've announced that it's going to be a Singapore cane match on NXT next week between the 2 of them. So it should be fun because Chen is from Singapore.
I think it honestly, like, I got more invested seeing he got broken up by Robin Brookside and I forget his name.
I didn't pay attention to who it was who broke him up.
Yeah, it was the trainers, the PC trainers.
Yeah.
One of them being Robbie Brookside. I think.
Mm.
I think the other one used to be a Basham, but maybe no. I'll think of
Not
OVW.
not Double Danny.
No,
The
I'll think
Basham
of
brothers.
OVW. It's Doug Basham's the OVW trainer, isn't he? Uh, uh Norman Smiley. That was it.
Oh, yeah, the Wiggle one.
I was gonna drive you mental. Name Norman Smiley. Right, I probably Norman Smiley more or less, or more or less interested in the fight.
Mhm. That's fair enough. But yeah, so they're going to have a match this week on NXT TV. And then we're on to the main event of the show, which was the NXT Women's North American Ladder Match preview 6-man tag match. It's so.
Sorry, one more time. I didn't catch it one more time.
So yeah. So it was the main event. It was the NXT Women's North American Ladder Match preview 6-man tag match.
One more time.
So it was Kalani Jordan, Lash Legend, and Fallon Henley taking on Sol Ruka, Jada Parker, and Mishin, which is a very weird mix-up of the heel-face dynamic.
Yeah.
So Team Sol Ruka win when Sol snatches Lash's soul with Soul Snatcher. It's truly becoming a move that can be hit out of nowhere. Like it's becoming a new RKO sort of.
Yeah.
And you know, I said that a few weeks ago that you can hit it out of nowhere. So if it's a thing, trademark me. Trademark.
But you have to be standing like close to a rope though, so it can't be out of nowhere. But it can if you're standing there distracted, then yeah.
I mean, if you can find a way to hit it from like the turnbuckle, like if you
Yeah, maybe.
that'd be a way because ultimately it's just like a cutter, isn't it? It's just a turnaround cutter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just do like an Oscar from the corner for the top rope.
Or to do a normal avoid the flip, just do a springboard, cut off the middle rope, and basically do a art of finesse.
Yeah,
Ha!
why not?
Catching.
But I rated the match 2 stars. It was already weird enough seeing the face heel dynamic of both teams, and then eventually it just develops into a 6-match challenge. Like everyone's fighting each other. Like the semblance of what was a tag match has gone towards the end, and then Sol pins Lash. So I rate it low because of that reason, because it is what it was intended to be. It was alright at best, bit messy, but also towards the end it seems that JJ's back. She's sporting a new mask. What will be her role within the upcoming other match?
Yeah.
She has to sign someone or something.
One thing I forgot to mention about the summit before is that I'm very disappointed that they weren't all standing on ladders.
Yeah, I think
like that was just random, but it was so good. I'm disappointed they weren't all standing on ladders. But yeah, as far as this match goes, yeah, I didn't mind it. Like I don't mind when they mix it because it seemed like it was going to be the obvious team of Michin, Kalani, and Sol versus Jada, Lash, and Fallon. Oh, nearly missed that one. Yeah. Off the top of the head as well. I'm impressed with that. Off the top of my head as well. Standard for considering the dynamic it had, that was always going to happen.
Yeah.
So, but that might have been the best Soul Snatcher I've seen.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't a fan of the move for a while because it felt just like a bit like I don't know, but that might have been one of the best ones I've seen. It was very, very good.
I think the move when hit on a rope is much more smoother than hit in the corner. Because in the corner, they've got to be like in a certain position. They've got to be like bent down, facing the mat. Sort of like it makes no sense. Like on the ring rope, they can be just standing. Like, they ain't got to be in a certain position for it, just standing by the ropes, which is natural.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I think there's more opportunity
Yeah,
for
I
Bailey
like
now
that.
rather than the corner, that's all.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and for like as soon as JC Jane and Jasmine Nix walked out, what I knew who it was straight away. I was like, oh, it's JC Jane back. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like Booker T and Vic Joseph didn't know. Like, oh, who is that? Who is that? She's out of Jasmine Nix and she's got a face mask on. Who does it think it's going to be?
Who could it be?
Like,
Who is
oh,
it?
it's just
Who?
who recently had her face busted and will wear that mask, protective mask, and walk out Jasmine Nix? Come on,
Obviously, it's Lita.
come on, bro. No. It was Cody Rhodes.
Of course, yeah. You know, he ended racism, so he'll end sexism too.
She sure was dashing.
She was. Backstage, Ava is walking towards the ring for the final segment of the show, which is the contract signing, which is approached by Stevie Turner, who wants another opportunity as a match with Jordan was a bit unfair. Ava walks away like it's a random stranger. Like I can walk up on the counter like, bye, see ya, okay, great talking, yeah, bye. But yeah, moving on to the final segment of the show, which was the Ethan Page contract signing. He comes out with no music, which I thought was a good touch, because why would you have music if you're not signed?
Yeah.
Ethan claims that his new contract will earn him perks that others won't get. People won't be happy with this, including Ava. But Ava will be happy because she'll be signing the hottest free agent on the market. He claims that NXT needs him. He claims that Ava needs him to sign for her roster. Out comes Trick. He tells Ava again to give Ethan whatever he wants to ask for on the contract. And he says he's got to support the crowd, the locker room. It's his domain, basically. Trick says he'll make an example out of Ethan to every other person who thinks they can walk into NXT and get a title shot. Ethan signs the contract, but Ava doesn't want to because she said that Trick, trust me, like you don't want me to sign it. And Ethan just says the things that he's signing for are two things. The first thing, him getting a title shot at Battleground, and the second thing is him being the end of the Whoop That era. Ava finally signs the contract upon Trick requesting it again. Like Trick's demanding it. She signs it at this point pretty much. She's like, okay, fine. And then Trick and Ethan have a stare down to end the show.
Very nice touch.
What did you think of that ending segment?
Yeah, very good. I liked it. It's pretty standard for a contract signing now, apart from again Ethan Page using logic and saying that we've seen this before. No one's going through a table tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. He brought logic into it, and I like that a lot. And as well, like you said, the music thing. Yeah, I would have been a bit, and at this point, I've been a bit confused as to why he would have entrance music when he's a free agent. He just showed up and jumped the barrier and attacked the champion, attacked three people in fact.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked it. It's just simple little things like that where you kind of apply a little bit of logic to it.
Yeah.
And it works nicely. And also, I'm looking forward to the match.
Yeah, I am too.
We'll
get into that.
It's nicely set up.
Yeah.
It's nicely set up.
We'll get into that at the end. So yeah, that was the end of NXT. But before we go on to the preview, I've got a couple of extra things that happened that were covered after the show. So during the ad break, off camera as was, Brooks Jensen appeared. Reportedly, he berated commentary and has been pulled away by security. And then he posted a video to social media stating the following, and this is direct quoting of the video that he posted. I just want to know why. Why of all people in the Performance Center, me, for 3 years I've busted my tail. I said yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. I've done all the right things to make it to the top, but for some reason they just don't see it in me. When I try to voice my opinion, when I try to ask the questions of why, instead of sitting back and taking it, they throw me out of the building. You know what the best thing about this is now? I can go anywhere I want. Who knows? Maybe I can make an impact.
Hmm. Yes.
The prohibited
And
box opening once again.
yeah. I mean, uh, Joe Hendry uh, quoted it or quote tweeted it. It was one of the videos anyway. Quoted saying that why not? Last time I was in Chicago, I wanted to face another Brooks, but he wasn't around. I'm here for it. Yeah, come on over. Where the real big boys play.
So TNA, where the big boys play. AW, where the best wrestle. And so the other thing that I wanted to cover as well was the WWE digital exclusive after the end of the show. And I don't know if you saw this, but as NXT was going off air, Ava and Trick Lee, when Ethan stays in the ring to celebrate his contract or his time match, whatever, he's attacked by Ora Mensa.
Okay.
So Ora Mensa clearly isn't as hurt as Noam Dar is, but he attacks Ethan in the ring, sends him back in, essentially. So will Oro Mensa play a factor in the title match, in your opinion? Or also to that extension, will Noam Dar play a factor in the match too?
I hope not. I hope not. Because there's only one person I want to win this.
I don't know. It's a weird thing to slot in now before the PLE.
Yeah. Don't like it. Probably though. If we're being real, it probably will.
Because would Noam have acted without Noam Dar's approval? Firstly,
Maybe he did get his approval.
so to that extent, then is Noam Dar going to be involved?
Oh.
It's just like
I started.
into it.
Yeah. It adds another layer.
Yeah, like an onion. So yeah, those are the additional things I had.
Hey you. Yeah, you. Do you like this video? There is a button. It's a very sexy button. It says subscribe on it. I wish I could click on it, but YouTube won't let me. Damn fuckers.
For NXT, that was just stuff like I'd seen online and stuff. And before I make a note of it, before we go into the actual final part of this episode. So the final part. Here we go. It is the preview of NXT Battleground, which is going to be as we're recording. Day of recording is tomorrow, but day of release it'll be the same day, basically.
But for the UK, isn't it on like 3 a.m. or something?
Yeah, so for us it'll be like 2 or 3 a.m. on Monday or something like that.
Yeah, so technically it will be tomorrow for people watching in the UK.
Yeah, so in the UK it'll be Monday, so next day, well next morning, and then if you're from America and the EST, CEST, Mountain Time, whatever, it'll be the same day, same night.
I just thought I'd make it a bit more complicated.
Thank you. Yes.
For opening this.
We have the preview of NXT Battleground where we'll just talk the matches and give our predictions. So kicking things off with the NXT Women's North American title ladder match. And bear in mind, the winner of this will be the inaugural champion. We've got Sol Ruka, Fallon Henley, Lash Legend, Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, and Bishin. Who are you thinking?
Well, you might start to notice a trend with my picks, but I'm going to go with the HBIC. Me, Chin. I genuinely do believe she'll win it. It's because besides me, Chin, I can maybe see Fallon. I think they're the two, but I'm gonna go with me, Chin. Mainly off the experience factor. I just think me, Chin's genuinely in with a shout, and I can see it working,
Yeah, I think that's fair.
particularly if things go the right way.
Yeah, I think that's fair because Mishin has experience in like in matches, and I think even in War Games too, she was in at one point.
Yeah.
Not to mention what she's done in TNA as well. Like,
Queen of the Mountain she was in.
yeah. So yeah, it's a very good shout. I personally am going with the other one you said, Fallon Henley. I think there's more. I think there's just more to it with her. Everyone has a similar sort of build or no build at all. Like Fallon has the one who has that as a character progression, and Fallon has like moving on stuff from her tag stuff, moving on from all of that. And what better way to do that than to actually win her first singles title in NXT?
Oh yeah, it's like besides Mi Chin, she's the only one to have held a championship.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, I mean I think the favourite for this is probably Sol Ruco. I think she's probably the the bookie's favourite for this sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I think there's more in a face chasing the title than a face winning the title. So I think for now a heel wins it, and then Sol can chase it afterwards. But I do think that JC James is targeting Sol Ruco.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's the direction they're going in. I think Sol Ruco's is going to get close to winning it, and then JC or Jasmine interferes and costs her the match. And then that'll lead to either more match or Fallon winning or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that seems to be a direction they're heading in. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a match. For me, it does come down to Fallon Henry or Michin, and I'm just going to just edge Michin in this one.
Fair. So move on now to another match that I don't want to cover, but we've got two for the sake of clarity. NXT Tag Team titles. Nathan Frazier and Axiom defend against the OC, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. What are you thinking?
I mean, if you've been watching, I think it's pretty obvious. But just to clarify, I'm going for those good brothers. It'll be the same old recipe. A magic killer. A 1, 2, 3, and a just 2. Sweet. You can wake up now.
Okay, you're done. Oh, cool. I don't know. I really want to say Frazier and Axiom win, but saying it, I can't see it happening. Like, if they win, it'll be via roll or something like that. Like, it'll be something like a flash win. Like, I don't see it being a definitive win. Yeah. Unless I don't want it to happen, I think the OC are winning it here. I think the OC are winning the titles here. Frazier and Axiom might go up to the main roster, or they might split up and do their own singles routes. I think they actually win though, and then ultimately they lose to the boys Manic Blade at Edges and Ove.
Fine, as long as the good brothers win, I'm fine. Whatever's up with that.
But yeah, I think Gallows and Anderson win and have the worst tag team reign known to man.
Well, it's a bit with Frozen Action. There's been quite a few distractions in their wins, right?
Yeah.
We've had quite a few distractions.
Yeah.
I can see another one happening, but again, this is purely my TNA brain.
Yeah.
it's Bullet Club, right? OC, yeah, it's Bullet Club. They know it. Everyone knows it. It's a branch of Bullet Club now.
Yeah.
Um, and maybe they need a bit of a distraction to win. If they do, well, in TNA there are 2 members of Bullet Club, and honestly, I kind of want to see when this whole thing came out with Jordan Grace and stuff. One of the first matches I wanted to see was the ABC versus Fraser and Axiom.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a banger of a match, and I wouldn't be mad if that happened. But again, that's just my TNA brain.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Like,
more a possibility because there's a theme with these type defenses where it's distractions.
mm-hmm.
Like I think defending the titles like 3 times, and 3 times have been a distraction.
I'm not going with the route of distraction, personally. I do think there might be something more to it though. The way I'm leaning with it is the OC win by cheating. So they use a chair or a pipe or something. They use something to like take one of them out, and then they pin them that way into the Magic Killer, whatever. I think because they've been so affiliated with AJ Styles and SmackDown, you've got to remember that AJ and Cody have got an I Quit match at Clash.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, I could see, because I Quit's no DQ, I could see the OC getting involved to help AJ against Cody. And I think Fraser and Axiom help Cody.
Interesting.
And then
I like sound like.
I don't know how I don't know if that'll lead to anything, but
Yeah,
that's how I see it
all.
happening. Yeah, but I still think the
Yeah,
OC win.
Yeah, that's a genuinely a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I don't know who else would help Cody who's not already in some sort of match or something.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Jey Uso, but
Jey Uso, yeah. But I think just for sake of story, because Gallows and Anderson like cheat in my head, they cheated to beat Fraser and Axiom, so Fraser and Axiom would come out and help Cody against AJ and OC, or the OC.
in the last UK tours, has Jey Uso been over here?
Sure he has.
I know he's been to France, but I can't remember if.
Wait, do you mean
I
live
know,
tours, or do you mean like the last Clash?
like the last Clash they weren't there. I know that, but UK tours, like in general, since that, did they get over for the UK tours?
He must have been.
Because what was the reason they weren't allowed to clash? I know they played it off as like, oh, they can't. It was a ban from stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember the reason they were banned from Clash.
Were they banned because of the
Or they
DUI?
couldn't get to Clash.
Wasn't that DUI?
Yeah, yeah. They both got arrested, didn't they? Because I know, obviously, over here, if you've got a criminal record, you can't get a visa.
You can't travel, yeah. You can't get a visa, yeah.
I was wondering if Jey Uso.
Maybe he can't.
Well, depends how long it's been served for. Like it's been a few years. I don't know how long it's been on his record for. Because like, obviously, I remember this because in TNA, whenever they set up for the UK tour, Jeff Hardy would get injured.
Yeah.
I just remember, and MVP was allowed to come over here. So.
Yeah, I think
I guess
MVP's was more because it was like ages ago for him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we think.
So I think we're both in agreement. We're both in agreement that we the OC that win that one.
Yeah.
Moving on to this one tonight, which was the NXT North American Championship. This is the men's one. Triple threat match. Champion OFME, Wesley and Joe Coffey. What are we thinking?
I'm thinking of 3 letters.
MIC.
W-E-S.
Weiss? Vice?
Like
German.
L-E-E.
Ah, okay.
I'm going with a Wesley
Fair.
because TNA are taking over.
They're not. We'll get towards the harder ones for me. Because the last three here are my ones that I can't find a good reason for anyone. But yeah, for this one here, I think Femi retains. Um, I think there's a reason why Coffee's in the match. I think he's eating the pin. Uh, and
Yes,
I
100%.
think Coffee eats the pin. Femi wins. Wes demands a one-on-one match. And then Wes will get it at the next PLE, which will be the July one or August one. So it'll be the SummerSlam one basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
No idea what it's going to be, but yeah.
I think Oba wins here,
Yeah.
and then this is the one-on-one match with Wes.
Like, I'm generally not going with these because they're in TNA. Like Wesley, I think is actually going to win it. He'll pin Joe Coffey.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think Garrett will take out Oba. And when Joe's distracted, Wes gets a distraction win.
Fair. I think it's also just saying like with Femi, like he's dealt with all this before. Like he's dealt with multi-man scenarios. He's dealt with like multiple individuals having to be aware of them and having to take them out and win the match that way. Like he's won fatal four ways. He's won triple threats. Like it's not new territory to him. Like he's fully aware of being champion, going into these matches and coming out still champion. So I think the story is more in Wesley of having being like David and Goliath story, 1-on-1. Wes gets a fair shot, 1-on-1 with no Gallus interference, no Joe Coffey, no outside factors in this. I think the goal here is 1-on-1, where Wes might be over then, but right now,
Yeah.
I think Battleground it's not obviously a big show, so I'd say Oba wins here, and then that'll set up the rematch between him and Wes.
Yeah, that's fair.
So moving on to the next match of the night, and the first one's the ones I find it really hard to guess. The NXT Underground match. Shayna Baszler takes on the future of women's wrestling, Lola Vice.
Oh, I've see every time I think of a reason to go with Lola, I don't think, but Shani can do that, or Shani can win, but then Lola can do this. I mean, first of all, I like the promo package they put out for it, where they had all the former MMA fighters and current MMA fighters predicting who's going to win it. That was a very nice touch. But first of all, I'm hoping this is going to be like if they let them go a little bit. They know what they're doing. Let them actually show what they were doing before they came to WWE. Just a little bit. And I hope also it's in an octagon. But whether they allow that is a whole other thing. I'm gonna go with Lola. Oh, no, I'm gonna go with Lola. I'm not sure why. I think it's just a gut instinct. I have no logic behind it. I just think Lola's gonna win it. I don't know why.
So, I'm very much in two minds about this as well. Like, as you said, every time I think of one reason for someone, I think a reason for the other side. Ultimately, I'm going to go with my bias. I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to go with my heart. And I'm going to go with Lola Vice. Lola Vice has been, like, my girl since day one. Like, I have supported her, like, verbally, like, openly on the podcast. Like, since, like, probably like the first time since I saw her wrestle. Like, She is so good, and she's only gonna keep going. She's only gonna keep getting better. I think a big profile win, like this over Shayna, in what is essentially Shayna's domain, will do great things for her, and I think this could put her on the route to potentially Roxanne or Jordan.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. I think Lola needs to. I think Lola needs to win more than Shayna does as well. I think because also after this, Shayna's not staying in NXT. I'm assuming. I think Shayna's going back to the main roster. So
Yeah.
I don't really see the point in Shayna getting a win here, and then just Lola going to doing nothing. You know, like I think Lola needs it more, and I think Lola can pull it off. I also think there might be some sort of interference. I don't know who from.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Lola winning clean. So especially in this sort of match.
See, I have something, but I don't want to say it because it feels like I'm going too much on the TNA side of things. But I have. Oh,
This has no TNA influence, Craig. Stop bringing the TNA influence into the matches.
But it could, and if you want interference, who does Shayna beat at Bloodsport?
Maybe.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't do that. Yeah.
I think like last 2 weeks ago we said absolutely no way, but now there's this, however small, it's a possibility.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
it could be Marsha.
It could actually be, and if it is, that's honestly quite insane. Like,
Yeah.
she is one of my absolute favourites on the indie scene in general. Like, I love seeing her matches, and seeing her in NXT would almost be a dream for me. Like,
I mean, I literally she has nothing on TNA at the minute. She's one half Knockouts Tag Team Champions, and she hasn't been on TV in about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The way TNA treats Marsha kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. You probably want
It's,
treat her a bit more like how Revolver treat her, or like how GCW treat her, because she is
Yeah.
like she's like wrestling royalty over like the indie scene, like.
yeah. But I will go Lola on this one.
Fair. Yeah, no, I agree with you, and this is the one time I'll agree with TNA influence, because I want to see Masha. So we move on, and of course, if you haven't noticed yet, out of the 6 sessions announced, 5 of them have some sort of TNA influence. So the match had Mishin, the title match has the OC, the dual threat has Wesley, Shayna and Lola are the only exception. And the next match we'll get to here is another one of those matches. So we have the NXT Women's Championship singles match 1-on-1. Roxanne Perez defends against Jordan Grace. Which, before you start, I think this has match on that potential.
Yes. Gouge. And again, I mean, I think everyone watching knows who I'm going for, but I want to explain the reasoning. It's not what you think. It's not just because she's TNA. Honestly, it was Bully Ray who made this point, and I do agree with it. I don't often agree with Bully Ray, but if Jordan winning would do so much for both companies, like it would set the wrestling world literally on fire. If Jordan Grace is the TNA Knockouts World Champion and the NXT Women's Champion at the same time, and you've got, you have to have Roxanne come back over to TNA. Jordan will have to be on on NXT a little bit more, then you've got the option of everyone going everywhere. Like, a surprise win for Jordan Grace. I mean, I don't think anyone actually believes Jordan Grace is going to win. Only if a handful of people believe Jordan Grace will actually win because of the situation, because it's NXT, because it's WWE, and she's only in TNA. But the fact that TNA and NXT wanted her, and she's only booked for 3 appearances, yeah, that could be telling. But I don't know, I think Jordan Grace could actually win this, and it would do a lot for wrestling as a whole.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, this is like. I think this is only the second, like, W versus TNA match that's happened. Like, but it's the first in WWE.
Yeah.
Because if I remember rightly, it was in Destiny. It was Pete Dunne when he was UK champion against Josh Alexander when he was X Division champion.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't. But it's for the Destiny title, so it doesn't really count. But this is the first time this has happened. It is unbelievably huge.
Yeah.
Like,
it really is.
and Jordan can win this, and if she does, it just, mate, like, people are saying wrestling's cool again, and if this happens, it's just gone to another level.
Mm-hmm.
Like TNA and NXT working together, like, just, yeah, I've got to go Jordan Grace. I fully believe Jordan Grace can win this, and it will make it very interesting if she does.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think because for those who don't know, I have my notes written up, like at least like a template of them. Normally the day after we record these, so I'm set up for stuff. So I've had this card written out, except the main event, for most of the week. So I've been thinking about the match, and this is for me, honestly, like hand on heart, like that. This is the hardest match for me to call because of all the potential implications that come with it. So it could be a simple thing as saying, yeah, Roxanne retains. Cool, defense in the books. But, as you said already, as you laid out, the scenario if Jordan wins, like, there's a lot more happens if Jordan wins than if Roxanne wins. Like, if Roxanne wins, it's just, check mark, whatever. Like, Roxanne wins, that's no defense on the road, whatever. She can move on to someone else. But if Jordan wins, that's opening the door, the forbidden door, if you will, the access denied door. Roxanne appears again, or Roxy appears again in TNA. Tries to win the identity title from Jordan. Wins it back probably because you can't hold it to a TNA. And then Jordan comes back to NXT again, maybe, or some sort of neutral ground.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. But I think purely from a business standpoint, I think it makes more sense for Jordan to win. So I'm going with Jordan, and I do solidly believe that it could be a case where Roxanne challenges Jordan for the title again. In TNA, that is. Saying that, Roxanne could win and Jordan, challenges her on TNA for the Knockouts title.
Yeah.
Roxanne might try and win the Knockouts title too. Like, it goes both ways.
yeah, it really does work both ways, and it's. I mean, even if Jordan wins, and takes Knockouts title back to takes NXT Women's title back to TNA, it could be Roxanne answering his open challenge, and then she wins it back. But for that week, where Jordan Grace has the NXT Women's Championship on TNA, it's like. But again, this is an open challenge for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. So if Roxanne does answer the challenge and she wins the Knockouts World Championship, like that's never happened.
You got 2 different titles on 2 different promotions. Like,
Yeah, like. Do you know the last time that happened? But but it was only really on TNA.
yeah.
John Perazzo had the ROH Women's Championship and the AAA Reign of the Reigners Championship. That's the last time. Like this is when ROH was kind of ROH was done essentially, and TNA helped keep it going. And then she pops up, but that's still 2 championships. But this is 2 titles on 2 different promotions.
Yeah.
And at the time, they were basically 2 independent promotions. Like AAA is basically an independent promotion.
Yeah.
Like it's what they have the potential to do something massive here. And part of me wondering as well. I wonder if they'd consider, because when this is going back to when ROH was in TNA type of thing.
Yeah.
They had Eric Abani call a few matches when it was the ROH stuff. I'm thinking, I wonder if they'd allow Tom Hannafin to be on commentary for the NXT Women's Championship. Have some more representation there, like it, because there's a good relationship there. I'm assuming. I don't know,
Yeah.
but anything to add to it. There's so much that can happen with this.
There is so
and
much.
I'm excited.
There's so much that you need. Like, you can't compact it all into one match. So, I do believe there will be a second match at the very least.
There has to be, because if Jordan just loses, and then it's just Roxanne carries on reigning as reigning champion.
It's a huge missed opportunity.
What was the point then? Like,
yeah, and also this is the second appearance of Jordan as well in like this year. Like, she was at the Royal Rumble too as Knockouts champion. Like, it. I don't know. There's more to it. There's something coming. There's something on the horizon that we're not seeing just yet. But whether that's like WWE's version of the Forbidden Door, with TNA, maybe. Like Cody Rhodes versus Moose, or not Moose, that's boring. But
they already have it. The name Worlds Collide.
Yeah,
it's literally right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's going to do so much for both companies. Yeah, more so for TNA. I'm not blind to the fact that this does a lot for TNA. But
it does more
it's
for WWE.
still
It also gets more viewers on their product. It gets newer talent for WWE to potentially scout and bring into the fold. Like,
and we could do a talent trade.
Yeah.
Like, hell, if WWE want to use TNA as a developmental, go for it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it pissed me off when AEW did it, when they sent, I don't know, what were they called? They were a team with Matt Hardy. Private Party.
Private Party.
Like, that was for nothing. They tried to send Sammy Guevara over to us, but he wanted to win the X Division Championship, and then drop it. And TNA said no, because Sammy Guevara. But I'm all for whatever. Just do it.
Yeah.
There's nothing to lose here.
And not to mention as well, the number of guys in WWE right now who have an active TNA link, or at least a past TNA link.
You can go through AEW's roster, WWE's roster, at somewhere, like, I'd say minimum of 70% of their rosters, someone's been in TNA at some point. Even if it's just like a dark match, TNA posts these stuff, so it's on their website.
Yeah.
Like Sami Zayn was in TNA, or El Generico was. I don't know who Sami Zayn. I don't know who El Generico was, but you've got Moxley and a match in TNA.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do with this.
Yeah.
And as I can tell, I'm very passionate about this. Which is
But no,
what I'm waiting for.
to give my final verdict on what I think happens, again, business sense, it makes more sense because I don't think Roxanne winning would lead to Roxanne wanting Jordan's title. In character, to me, Roxanne does not want or need that title. She has her title. She has her baby. You know, like her child is the NXT title. Like, she has to earn the right to face her. She's not going to actively go against other people. So, I think Jordan wins. I think Jordan's absolutely who I'm saying for this. I think Jordan wins, and that will set up a future match because Roxanne wants her title back. And whether that's against the odds, Slammiversary, which I would argue is probably the bigger show for it to happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, Slammiversary, you are putting aside your Knockouts title because you're having Jordan defend the NXT Women's title rather than the Knockouts title. But maybe do both. Have Roxanne win both. Jordan comes to NXT and wins the Knockouts title again.
I honestly, like, if his titles go, I don't care where his titles go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it will just, if just to see the NXT Women's Championship on TNA,
Mm-hmm.
like, come on. This could be huge.
It really
Need to do it. Do it.
So, with that in the books, believe it or not, that was not the main event.
Could be.
It could be, to be fair. It could be. It probably won't be, though, just because of how I do things.
Yeah.
So, your main event, assumably, is for the NXT Championships. This is the men's title. Champion Trick Williams defends against Ethan Page. I think this one's more cut and dry than Roxanne Jordan.
Yeah. I don't know how you feel about it, but for me, to complete the sweep, I'm going to go with Ethan Page. And again, this is genuinely because I think he should and could. Like, Trick's title reign hasn't... it's been a bit... Like, if he wasn't wearing a title, I forget he's the champion. Like, yes, but also no, because they paid back enough TNA when they left, so that's not that much. But no, I can see this. Because Ethan Page can go longer than 15 minutes. I think Ethan Page is going to win this.
Yeah.
I genuinely do. I don't know what I say. Anyway, I can see Ethan Page winning this, and I hope he does.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, I want Ethan Page to win this. Unfortunately, I don't think he will. WWE, NXT, very stubborn, very set in their ways. Trick is their handpicked guy. Trick is the golden boy for WWE right now. I don't see a world in that he loses this. Because my first thought was, what if you do like a Dolph Ziggler sort of thing with Braun Breaker, where it was like, where Dolph won the title from Braun Breaker, and then Braun Breaker won it back a couple months later. But then I thought, what's the point in revisiting that for Ethan Page to hold it for a few months to then lose it back to Trick anyway? So, I don't know. Trick is where I'm going. because Trick Williams is just, I don't agree with it, but I feel like that's where WWE are going with it. I don't believe in full TNA takeover like you do. I just, I don't know. I'm not part of Trick's fan base, but yeah, I just think Trick winning. I think WWE are stubborn in that way, and I don't think they're going to give Ethan the title on his first match in WWE.
That's fair enough. Do we have a history of that? So, like, it's founded. Like, it's what they do. I just maybe it is because I'm just a bit. I know it's not fair to say I'm bored of it, but I'm just a bit. Oh, Twitch champion. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Like, there's no real excitement brain for me.
Well, I mean, the thing is, right, we went from Carmelo Hayes, great champion, to Ilya Dragunov, great champion, to Trick Williams. And I don't know how they built him up so like much that the crowd love him. Because, like,
Hey.
up until recently, he was the hype man for Carmelo Hayes. Like, we foresaw it coming. Like, we saw it coming. The turn of Carmelo, the whole who attacked Carmelo thing. I was like, who attacked Trick? Sorry. Like, we saw that coming. We knew it was gonna be Carmelo eventually. They did the reveal. It was like sweet. They had like I think they had two mediocre matches. Carmelo and Trick. They weren't even that good. Which was like, it was like the biggest story going at the time in NXT. And they had two boring matches.
Yeah, it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, because WWE used to get slaughtered for this when someone would get so much hype and they do nothing with them.
Yeah.
You know, The Fiend being one of them,
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt. Like, and I don't know, I can't think of any others. But sometimes you don't always have to. Like, yes, if they're this popular, yeah, it absolutely should. Yeah, it absolutely should make the most of this momentum. But I don't know. Yeah, it should have been a lot better than it was. But it was all way too short in terms of match length.
I think one of the arguments as well to be made for Ethan is, while Trick is as hot as he is right now, like popularity, like Ethan beating Trick would do great things for him as a heel.
Oh, the heat yeah.
But saying that again, like WWE are so high on Trick, like would it ruin Ethan if he was to beat Trick and then Trick beats him again for the title?
That's it, innit? I mean, it all depends if this new WWE era holds grudges. Like, it is really. Although it wasn't. Yeah, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but as a whole,
You are.
for this match, maybe a little bit, just only a little bit, genuinely a little bit. I think Ethan Page is the better option here.
Yeah, no, I agree. He is. I absolutely agree. He is. With Trick Williams, you're gonna keep getting mediocre matches with a guy who can't last more than 10 minutes, 15 minutes. To be fair, I don't know. Ethan Page has better promo ability as well. Like, it's like
Talk
we've seen
is
over the years,
insane.
like in TNA, in AEW, in Alpha One, like if you watch Canadian wrestling as well, where he runs Alpha One Wrestling now, he's involved with Mystery Wrestling with Evil Uno. Like, he's involved in a lot of the Canadian scene. Like, he is a great promo. Like, great character, great gimmick. Like, he is literally all ego and for good reason.
Yeah, he's very, very good.
Yeah. So again, I agree with you. I do sincerely think he's the better option. However, I'm going with my brain here and my gut, which to me just says WWE Machine, Golden Boy, like he's not losing. Like, and also I've gone with Jordan winning the women's title, so they're not going to give TNA both our titles. Well, that's TNA.
I mean,
even if he's not TNA, but you know what I mean.
Like, Ethan Page, like, I mean, when he debuted, like, they went, he's in AE,
Yeah.
and they didn't finish it. Like, you know,
So
don't think TNA's got much.
you know, I mean, I keep saying it because of the whole thing that we're doing with the whole TNA bias thing, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I just think if one world champion lose the title here in Roxanne, I don't think the other one is.
Completely fair.
This show I've had Roxanne lose title and I've had Frozen National lose titles, so I don't think this is not a big enough show to warrant change it all around the board.
Everything gone. That's fair. But it should be one hell of a show, though.
Absolutely, this has like show of the year potential. Like minus the tag match.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's the OC.
Yeah, I do get it.
You can't sit there and say, "Oh, 5-star classic."
I do completely get it. It's again, it is that one is TNA bias, and I'm fully on my hands up to that. That is all TNA bias, and plus I just like the Big Brothers. Plus Carl Anderson follows me, so.
Well, remember, it's not. It's Luke Anderson and Carl Anderson. It's not Six Ferguson and Turd. Whatever his name was, I can't remember.
Chad Too Bad.
Chad Too Bad, that's it, thank you. And then Turd Ferguson. This is Gaz Anderson. This is not the TNA counterpart. This isn't Doc and Machine Gun. Like this is Luke and Carl. Like.
When you put it like that, it's like saying, you know, what? WrestleMania, it was Glenn versus Mark. Come on. Yeah. Doesn't sound very good when you put it like that.
I'm that main event, you know. Colby and Brock. That's Seth, by the way.
What's Trick's real name? Because it's Julian versus whatever Trick's real name is.
I have no idea what his real name is, Trick. It can't be Trick,
Rich. No,
Matt Trick.
Google it.
Matt Trick.
Because Matt Trick versus Julian.
Yeah. So Trick Williams,
Yeah.
So Matt Trick, Williams, yeah.
Yeah, it's not often I'm very hyped for an NXT pay per view. Like I watch them because I like watching them because they go pay per views normally or PLEs.
But this has like more competition than most PLEs do for NXT.
Yeah. Like how often do you get to see something like this as well? Like this is genuine history in wrestling.
Yeah, and it's funny because there's only one actual TNA person on this show. But it's because everyone else who you're saying has history in TNA.
You've got Mia Yim as a former Knockouts champion. From the Rascals. It's mad that the Rascals or Wesley Des never won a single title in TNA. It's ridiculous. Former tag team champions, one half the longest reigning tag team champions, and the current Knockouts champion. Come on, this is incredible. It makes me happy because I love wrestling, and I love TNA, and the fact that it's just happening like just makes me genuinely happy that I've been struggling with my wrestling fandom of late, and this has helped it a lot.
Yeah. Fair.
I'm excited for.
Fair enough. And on those remarks, that does bring an end to HCW Show Squared. We've been on this stream for 2 hours 20 minutes, which is ridiculous because we were talking for like nearly an hour before that as well. So,
Okay.
so we've been here for coming on 3 hours, which is insane. But of course, as always, please like, share, subscribe to the video itself. Every bit of interaction we get from you guys is fantastic, and we appreciate it so much. We are still on the road to 2,000 subscribers, which is also just as insane. Like a few weeks ago, we just hit 1,000, something like that, and now we're on the road to 2,000, and we're getting close to 2,000 as well, which is the most insane part about it all. We appreciate all the love you guys give us, and keep showing us love. We'll keep giving you content. Please as well follow our outlets. So we have our Instagram, Facebook, our Twitch, which we're live on right now, and of course our Twitter or X. And as well, for personal medias, go follow Craig on Twitter. His name is Mr. Impact Craig. If you couldn't tell already, and my name is Deity, which is just something underneath my name just here. I think I've plugged or I've got a plug. Yeah, if else on Twitter, that's fine. So yeah, that brings an end to the show. I've been Dan, this has been Craig, and we'll bid you adieu.